What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Tay again with another video. Today we're going to be talking about why should you keep to yourself while being at Job Corps. But before we get into this video, y'all like, subscribe to my channel if you new here. Hey, what's up? What's going on? For those of you who are just tuning in to my channel and you are new here, my name is Tay and I make videos about the lifestyle of Job Corps. I make other content about lifestyle activities, foodie tutorials, foodie tutorials, narcissistic abuse, traumas, and such. And for all my returning viewers, thanks for tuning in. Okay, y'all, so what's good, y'all? It has been a minute since I have made some videos, okay? Life has just been lifing, okay? And so sometimes, y'all, it takes me a lot to make some of these videos. It takes a lot for me, I should say, because, you know, a lot of times we get on certain content, we make certain content and we make funny videos, we make laughing videos, we make encouraging videos, but we as people, at the end of the day, I'm still human and I still go through life too. Now, I have made this video twice, y'all, and I have uploaded, deleted, okay? But I want to touch up on some stuff about, you know, why should you keep to yourself? And I'm just going to give y'all a little, you know, backstory of certain things that I went through. And I want to say kind of like what made me remake this video is because, number one, I just recently had somebody comment up on one of my videos. It was like an old video I had made saying that, you know, I'm always negative. And so I'm like, well, how did you come up with that? You know, did you go through my whole channel? Did you just watch one video and came up with that assumption? Like, what are you saying? Because I've helped a lot of people. I've gave advice, you know, things like that. And one thing I'm not finna do is people in this generation feel entitled to a lot of stuff, just the weirdest of things. And certain things I'm not going to respond to. Even when people try to make me look bad or take certain videos and create their own narrative and try to get everybody to bandwagon and agree with them and things like that, like, I will simply ignore you. Appreciate the people who have took up for me in the comments though. But yeah. So guys, let me reposition my camera. I'm sorry. Let me reposition my camera. So reasons why you should keep to yourself, y'all, at Job Corps is because of those of you who planning, and this can be for parents too, grown-ups too, who are watching and who are planning on taking your child to Job Corps or whatever. Keep to yourself, because that way you can get through your trade quicker. Okay, you can get through your trade quicker. Now, I'm going to say this. When I went to Job Corps, and I went to 2 Job Corps centers. I went to Turner Job Corps Center in Georgia, and then I went to Earl C. Clements in Morganfield, Kentucky. So how did I wind up taking or going to 2 Job Corps centers? Well, I go to one, stay 7 months at the first one. You have to wait a year to re-sign back up. Since it's 2024, the requirements to sign back up has changed. Maybe, I don't know. They may not let people re-enter after their first year of Job Corps whatsoever. I don't know. So things have changed, you know, ever since COVID and stuff like that. But when I was going to Job Corps back in 2014 to 2017, you know, that was the requirement. So staying to yourself at Job Corps can benefit you in a lot of reasons, especially if you've already, especially if you don't have your high school diploma, your driver's license, or anything like that. Job Corps help you get all of those things. They help you get your driver's license, GED, or high school diploma, and a trade. Okay, so just the type of female I was, y'all, I knew when I went to my second Job Corps center, I knew that I was going to get in stuff. Okay, I knew I was going to get in stuff. And you probably saying, well, Tay, even if you stay to yourself, how you know you just gonna get in stuff? Because sometimes, and I won't just necessarily base this off being gifted or being have a spiritual gift or something like that, but sometimes you just know things where you just being bothered or you being attacked and things like that. And so, and I went through a lot at Earl C. I went through a lot at Turner too, y'all. But Earl C has really, really took a toll. I got into so many altercations at Job Corp. It wasn't even funny. Even when I stayed to myself, I knew the type of stuff I was going to get into. Like, there were times where females used to pick at me or fuck with me because I didn't hang with them. Or they felt like, oh, you think you better than us? You think you too good to hang with us or something like that. I remember being in culinary. I had got 2 trays at Job Corp, right? I had got 2 trays at Earl C. In total, I got 3 trays all together from Job Corp. CNA, culinary arts, and business administration. So at my second Job Corp center, which was Earl C. Clemens, I obtained 2 trays. And so sometimes when you doing your due, people sit back and watch you and you think people don't be watching you. And so there was this secret animosity. People start creating fake beef with you, secret animosity with you. And when you constantly ignore it and they want a reaction out of you, sometimes people will go extra lengths to try to make you look bad. Notice how anytime when people try to make you look bad or people want to talk bad about you, notice how they always attack your character first. They don't attack nothing else. The first thing they're going to attack is your character. Okay? So I remember when I was in culinary and a guy came back and told me, say some girls were sneak dissing me on Facebook. And these girls that were sneak dissing me, I wasn't even friends with them on Facebook, so I didn't understand where the beef came from. And all I knew, I was just like, well, I'm going to call all of them out. And it was like 6 of them I was finna fight. And I remember me having like a ladle, like a spoon, got little knives on the end that you get like spaghetti and stuff with. I remember me having the ladle and I was like, okay, I'll fight all y'all. What's up? Now, this coming from somebody who have won fights and who have lost some, so ain't no shame in my game, okay? But it ain't like I just been getting my ass whooped all my life, so yeah. So, what, you know, and I didn't understand. I'm like, well, why, you know, I'm having these beef with these girls. I don't know where this beef coming from. I don't know where this animosity coming from. So it stemmed from a particular female, okay? And she recruited other females to not like me, to go against me, to have beef with me. So I feel like that plays a factor. I also felt like the guys that I was dealing with at Job Corp, or the guy that I was dealing with at that particular time, had some played some factor in it. The girl probably had a crush on him or whatnot and wanted to talk to him, and she knew I was talking to him, you know. Things like that. And what's so crazy is when I was talking to this dude, me and him weren't even together. We was just, you know, messing around. Like it wasn't even nothing serious. But when people on the outside looking in, people create their own assumptions. People create their own perspectives of what they think was going on or what they think something is, okay? So even when I stayed to myself at Job Corp, problems still came, all right? And I was like, you know, I'll fight all y'all. I remember going in the cafeteria and grabbing a fork off of somebody's plate. And I was like, which one of you hoes want to fight? Like, I was really on that. So, and I used to get bullied a lot growing up. So I wasn't taking no shit from nobody. Like, I wasn't taking no type of stuff. And I wasn't an instigator. I wasn't a shit starter. I wasn't messy or nothing like that. But I don't like to be messed with. So when you try to avoid these situations and then you got the enemy, is what I like to call it, you got the enemy trying to attack you in these areas, I would think, I'm like, man, you know, I moved away from home. You know, I'm thinking this bullying stuff, this picking, I'm thinking this stuff gonna stop. No, it doesn't end. It keeps going. So it was like this spirit, this situation, this familiar spirit keeps following me. Okay? So I'm like, damn, man, I come up here to get my life together. I did not come up to Job Corp to pick fights. I didn't come up to Job Corps to think I'm better than somebody. I didn't come up to Job Corps thinking that I'm as good as two shoes. I just knew the type of person I was, how I carried myself, the stuff that I was involved in. I just knew trouble was gonna come, even when I stayed to myself. So there are people used to steal from me at Job Corps. I remember one time I let one of my roommates hold my comb, right? And when I asked for my comb back, she claimed she lost it or whatever. And I'm like, I just gave you the comb. How you lost my comb? Then I gave her a deadline. I'm like, hey, look, if you don't have my comb by such and such date, we gonna bump straight up. She wound up giving me a comb that's not even mine. So I'm like, well, where's my original comb? You could have just gave me my original comb. Eventually, she wound up giving me the original comb, but that's not the point. You know what I'm saying? Just weird stuff like that. I used to let females wear my clothes at Job Corps. Okay? Like, you just gotta be... People be watching. I don't understand when it comes to me why people so be infatuated with my life. I don't know what it is about me that people just be so infatuated with my life and what I got going on. But when you're not aware of that, people tend to play with your mind. That's why it's so important to know who you are in God, love yourself, because that way you can't let the enemy creep in, you can't let people play with your top, and then you won't get so caught up in the projections of other people about what they say about you, or you get so caught up in the opinions of other people. Okay? That's one of the things I know I need to be delivered from. I need to be delivered from people, because people will tear you down. Every chance they get, people will try to ruin you. Every chance somebody get, people will try to tear you down. Sometimes certain comments or phrases may sound innocent, but behind that, it be some mischievous, devilish, evil shit behind what people be saying about you and stuff like that. So you just got to pay attention. They may say one thing, but you got to hear behind that what they actually saying. So, another reason why I say stay to yourself is another situation where I used to hang with this girl at my first Job Corps, and we was like, we clicked like this. We was tight, you know what I'm saying? And one day she asked to hold my jewelry. So I'm a big jewelry fanatic. I love jewelry. I wear rings, chains, earrings, everything. I used to wear like 4-5 chains at the same time. So I remember everybody used to call me like 2 chains, all gold, everything, because that's all I wore was like 2-3 chains, gold jewelry, everything. So one day we in one of my homegirls' room or whatever, and all of us, you know, just a typical day, just girls, you know, chilling, hanging out type shit. And so I asked for my jewelry. I asked for my necklace back. You know, I had let her hold my necklace and shit. And so she was like, oh, it broke. So I'm like, bro, I just gave you my necklace and you broke it, you know. Fast forward, I'm like, man, this why I don't let people hold my shit. It's crazy how you let somebody else hold your stuff and they don't take care of your stuff. You take care of your stuff, but you let somebody else hold it, they don't take care of your stuff. They don't value it like you do, because it's not theirs, you know. They don't care for it as much because technically it's not theirs. So anywho, we wound up hanging out one day. I'm in her room. So we was in there getting some snacks. And she had her locker open, right? We got like 3 big lockers in each dorm room for each, you know, person that live in the room. Something told me to go over there and look in her locker. And look what we found. I found my necklace. It's not even broke. The necklace is just the same. So I realized that she just lied and wanted to keep my necklace. Girl, you should have just asked, like, hey, girl, can I have your necklace? She knew I was going to say no, because she know I love jewelry. Okay? Well, I stole the necklace back without her knowing. One day, I wore the necklace, and she seen me wear the necklace. After she saw me wear the necklace, she stopped fucking with me. She didn't want to fuck with me no more. She started talking to me and everything. You think I went to her asking her why she don't fuck with me? Nope. So sometimes I be knowing why people don't fuck with me. I be knowing why people don't like me. Because people tend to think you stupid, and people tend to think you dumb, like you don't know nothing. And when you push that issue back on them, and I ain't saying you got to be messy with it, be kind of cute with it, be petty with it like I did. They know not to fuck with you no more. Okay? I got into a lot of altercation with dudes at Job Corps. Every time you turn around, I remember my first day back from winter break, I had popped the dude with my purse. Okay? Like, y'all, I know it sounds crazy. I know it may seem like I'm the destructive one, okay? But this is how I react when people be fucking with me, when people try to do stuff to me. So I'm learning that when you're not aware of emotions, and when you're not aware of tactics like that, then people can play on your top, okay? When you become more aware, and when you become more emotionally intelligent in how people move and how people operate, you become dangerous. Like, can't nothing phase you, can't nothing get to you and stuff like that. So, even when it came to me dealing with certain guys at Job Corp, men used to make me look bad. Men used to make it seem like I'm just doing this and I'm doing that, making up lies about me. Oh, I'm doing this outside and I'm doing that outside. I just really endured a lot at Job Corps. Even some of the staff members was even horrific. They were bad themselves. They would, like, I was dealing with this one dude, and I was, finna look for me an apartment, and he was on some shit like, oh yeah, what the dude gonna do? He ain't gonna take care of you, he ain't gonna buy you this, he ain't gonna buy you that. And I'm just like, well, I ain't worrying about him, because he was from a whole different state anyway. So I'm like, I got my own plan. I don't know what he doing, but I got my own stuff going, So things like that, y'all. You just can't let stuff get to you. It's plenty of times I got terminated from Job Corps, but shouts out to, we gonna call her Miss Kim. We're gonna call her Miss Tanya. Okay? Miss Tanya helped me out a lot with a lot of stuff. Okay? She was one of the security people at Job Corps when I went to Earl C. She helped me out with a lot of stuff. She took up for me. And there was another lady that took up for me too, that, she knew certain things were my fault, because when you go to Job Corps, they don't care who, they gonna blame every little thing on you. Okay? The slightest little stuff. You could just be in the crowd and you could just get caught up at the wrong place at the wrong time, and they terminate you for the pettiest stuff. I used to be an ambassador, and this was my job. I used to advocate for students, try to help them stay on at the center so they won't get in trouble. I used to pick them up from the airport, tell them about Job Corp, how you can be successful at Job Corp and things like that. But a lot of them students, they weren't on that, because their mindset was already set on what they came up there to do. They came up there to fuck off. They came up there to do this. They came up there to do, they came up there to do, different stuff. So you can never just get caught up in stuff like that, y'all. So just please stay to yourself, okay? I didn't care to be in a room with the crazy hyped up girls. If I had boring roommates, let them be boring, honey. I did not care. And I would like them clean. If you clean and you boring, you could be my roommate, okay? That's the type of person I was. I didn't care for the loud, popular girls in my room. I didn't care for all that, because a lot of them girls brought drama. A lot of them brought trouble, okay? Just a lot of mess, okay? I hate that I even dealt with some of the men I dealt with at Job Corp, because it brought drama. It brought unnecessary chaos. It brought mess that I didn't even need. I already had my mindset on what I came up there for, but at the same time, I got caught up in stuff too. Okay, so that's just my advice to y'all. If you want to go up there to Job Corp, please stay to yourself, man. Get your stuff and leave. Don't get so caught up. And I ain't saying you can't, parlay with folks. I ain't saying you could chalk it up with folks. I ain't, you could do all that, but just Learn to discern like who to associate yourself with, because I had a poor choice in, you know, being surrounded by the wrong people, even when people portray like they was really cool. Because I made a video a while back about, you know, people can act a vibe, people can pretend to be one way so they can get around you, and then they're a totally different person. People can probably pick up you like sports, or people probably can pick up that you like to read books. Okay, they're gonna try to portray an image like they like to read books too, knowing damn well they don't like to read books. You get what I'm saying? So then they'll try to attach themselves to you or latch themselves onto you, and then say, oh yeah, you know, girl, we can hang out, we can do this, we can do that. No. Okay? Folks be creep. So yeah, y'all, just please study yourself at Job Corps, get your stuff and leave. Y'all like, subscribe to my channel. I will put all my social media accounts in the description box below, and thanks for watching.